aspirants, a very warm welcome to the YouTube channel of Analyst IAS. So, our today's topic in the Bridge series, we'll be discussing economy MCQs which came in the prelims 2015. So, this is the last subject which we will be covering in this series. We have covered the geography, environment, polity, history, and now we'll be discussing economy. The basic idea of this Bridge series is to give you an overview that how the UPSC asks the question and how has the pattern changed. So you can just self-analyze these things. Total number of questions which came in the year 2015, there were 14 questions. So let's start. Question 1 says the Basel III Accord or the simply Basel III norms, often seen in the news, these seeks to develop national strategies for conservation and sustainable use of biological diversity, improve banking sector's ability to deal with the financial and economic stress and improve risk management, reduce the greenhouse gas emissions but place a heavier burden on the developed countries, transfer technology from developed countries to the poor countries to enable them to replace the use of chlorofluorocarbon and refrigeration with the harmless chemicals. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is B. These Basel III Accords is a global voluntary regulatory framework, and it tells a country to keep the capital to risk weighted ratio. So this is what it is. So it's your B. Question second. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. The rate of growth of real gross domestic product has steadily increased in the last decade. The gross domestic product at market prices has steadily increased in the last decade. So which of the statements given above is correct? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is B is your correct answer. 2 only. Because due to the recession of 2008, the growth rate of the Indian economy, it had declined for the next few years from 8 to 9% to the 5 to 6%. So statement first is wrong. Even though growth rate declined, it never became negative. So the GDP at the marketplaces has always increased year on year since the last 1 decade. So second is correct and first is wrong. Third says, with reference to the Indian economy, consider the following: the bank rate, open market operations, public debt, public revenue. Which of the above is our component of the monetary policy? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is C is your correct answer, as the public debt and public revenues are the matters falling under the fiscal policy and not under the monetary policy. And the bank rate and the open market operations, which deals with the buying and selling of the government securities, this lies within the jurisdiction of the monetary policy. Question 4, with reference to the inflation in India, which of the following statements is correct? Controlling the inflation in India is the responsibility of the government of India only. Reserve Bank of India has no role in controlling the inflation. Decreased money circulation helps in controlling the inflation. Increased money circulation helps in controlling the inflation. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is C, as decreased money circulation in the market helps to control the inflation. This is why RBI increases the repo rate and all to reduce the money supply in the market. Moreover, controlling inflation is the responsibility of both the Reserve Bank and Government of India as well. Primarily, it's the responsibility of the Reserve Bank of India. Question 5 says the problem of the international liquidity is related to the non-availability of goods and services, gold and silver, dollar and other hard countries, or the exportable surplus. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is C is your correct answer. The concept of this international liquidity, it is associated with international payments. These payments arise out of the international trades in the goods and services, and also in the connection with the capital movements between one country and the other one. So this international liquidity, it refers to the generally accepted official means of settling imbalances in the international payments, which is basically dollars in hard currencies. Question 6, has been a persistent deficit budget year after year. Which of the following actions can be taken by the government to reduce the deficit? Reducing revenue expenditure, introducing new welfare schemes, rationalizing subsidies, expanding industries, Select the correct answer using the code given below. Pause the video, try to attempt it. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is A is your correct answer, as introducing the new welfare scheme will further inflate the budget. Moreover, expanding industries by the budgetary support will not add anything in the short run to the tax revenues of the government, and thus will increase the budget deficit. And rationalizing subsidies and reducing revenue expenditure are two direct ways of reducing the fiscal burden of the government of India. So these two things are correct. Question 7. A decrease in the tax to GDP ratio of a country indicates which of one of the following: slowing economic growth rate. Second, less equitable distribution of national income. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So, your correct answer to this is A is your correct answer. As slowing economic growth rate, it does not necessarily mean decrease in the tax GDP ratio. Why is that so? Because slowing economic growth rate may result in lower tax collection by the government, but whether the fall in the tax collection is proportionate to the fall in the GDP, it cannot be known without knowing on the ground statistics. And it depends on the structural characteristics of the economy, not directly on the GDP. So, first statement is correct. Second says about statement second. So change in the collection of the taxes with the GDP shows the tax buoyancy. The tax buoyancy can be affected by a number of reasons, including tax evasion, tax avoidance, these and all. These are the short-term reasons which affect the tax collection. Long-term reasons are structural reasons. So distribution of income is one such factor. So a correct answer to this is question number 8. And the index of 8 core industries, which one of the following is given the highest weight? Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is B is your correct answer. Electricity generation has the highest weightage. Question 9. The fair remunerative price of the sugar cane is approved by Cabinet Committee on the Economic Affairs, Commission on for Agriculture Cost and Prices, Directorate of Marketing and Inspection, Ministry of Agriculture, Agricultural Produce Market Committee. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is A is your correct answer, which is this Cabinet Committee on the Economic Affairs. It recommends the fair remunerative prices based on the intercrop parity. Inflation considers fair returns to the farmers and a host of other factors as well. So this is a Cabinet Committee on the Economic Affairs that finally approves it. Which one of the following issues the Global Economic Prospectus report periodically? The Asian Development Bank, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, the US Federal Reserve Bank, and the World Bank. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So correct answer to this is D is your correct answer. So the World Bank releases this report periodically. When the Reserve Bank of India reduces the statutory liquid ratio, which is the SLR, by 50 basis point, which is of the following is likely to happen: India's GDP growth rate increases drastically. Foreign institutional investors may bring more capital into our country. Scheduled commercial banks may cut their lending rates. It may drastically reduce the liquidity to the banking system. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is C is your correct answer. So when the SLR is reduced, SLR is the amount of money which the banks have to keep with themselves. Banks have to park less money with the RBI in the form of the securities and cash and all. So they have more money to lend and return. In India, markets in agriculture products are regulated under the Essential Commodities Act of 1955, Agriculture Produce Market Committee Act enacted by the states, Agriculture Produce Act of 1937, Food Products Order 1956, and Meat and Food Products Order 1973. Pause the video, try to attempt. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is B is your correct answer, as the agriculture markets in most parts of the countries are established and regulated under the state APMC Acts. Moreover, the whole geographic area in the state is divided and declared as a market area, wherein the markets are managed by the market committees constituted by the state governments. Once a particular area is declared a market area and falls under the jurisdiction of a market committee, no person or agency is allowed to freely carry on the wholesale market activities. So, the correct answer to this is B. Which of the following brings out the consumer price index number for industrial workers? The RBI, the Department of Economic Affairs, the Labour Bureau, the Department of Personnel and Training. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is C is your correct answer. So it is the Labour Bureau. Convertibility of the rupee implies being able to convert rupee into the gold, allowing the value of the rupee to be fixed by the market forces, freely permitting the conversion of rupee to other countries and the vice versa, developing an international market for currencies in India. Pause the video, try to answer. Now let's see the answer. So your correct answer to this is C is your correct answer. Rupee convertibility means the system where any amount of rupee can be converted into any other currency without any question asked about the purpose for which the foreign currency is to be used. So this was all about today's video and session. Thank you. Have a nice day and stay tuned with ANALYST IAS for your better preparation.